We all know about how the media straight up lied to our faces about the origins of the COVID-19 virus. And this is something that we all know. But you know what, people? We cannot ever let them forget it. We have to use it as a caveat in every reference to them. They cannot be trusted, and we must make this apparent. We can never stop driving home the point that you cannot hate the mainstream media enough. And worse, they even censored and deplatformed people for simply proposing that COVID-19 was a result of a lab leak. The Washington Post. Tom Cotton keeps repeating a coronavirus conspiracy theory that was already debunked. CNN Politics. Tom Cotton is playing a dangerous game with his coronavirus speculation. Vice. Trump's Wuhan conspiracy or coronavirus conspiracy theory is bogus, according to, everyone. You know, and Vice perfectly typifies the disdain and the snarkiness and the snideness of these libs, of these progs, when they were wrong in the first place. So they're snide, smug, and disdainful of the truth, because they are never more snarky. They are never more disdainful. They are never more vicious than when they are combating the truth. Al Jazeera. Trump aides flirt with China lab corona conspiracy theory. But experts overwhelmingly say analysis of COVID-19's genome rules out the possibility it was engineered by humans. The Guardian. Trump fans flames of Chinese lab coronavirus theory during daily briefing. CNN Politics. Anthony Fauci just crushed Donald Trump's theory on the origins of the coronavirus. CNN Politics. Trump contradicts U.S. intel community by claiming he's seen evidence coronavirus originated in Chinese lab. Forbes. No, COVID-19 coronavirus was not bioengineered. Here's the research that debunks that idea. Fauci, no scientific evidence the coronavirus was made in a Chinese lab. In an exclusive interview, the face of America's COVID-19 response cautions against the rush for states to reopen and offers his tips for handling the pandemic's information deluge. The Washington Post. Experts debunk fringe theory linking China's coronavirus to weapons research. CBS News. Dr. Fauci again dismisses Wuhan lab as source of coronavirus. Forbes. Nearly 30% of Americans believe the coronavirus came from a lab, despite complete lack of evidence. The Hill. Many Americans are buying into this baseless theories around COVID-19, polls show. Vox. Study. Nearly a third of Americans believe a conspiracy theory about the origins of the coronavirus. The Guardian. A third of Americans believe COVID-19 laboratory conspiracy theory. Study. CNN. Nearly 30% in the U.S. believe a coronavirus theory that's almost certainly not true. Daily Mail. Nearly 30% of Americans believe conspiracy theory that coronavirus was created in a lab, with Republicans twice as likely to believe the myth than Democrats. New poll shows. And the Daily Mail is actually one of the better media organizations on this list. But they are still guilty of propagandizing for the globalists on occasion. CBS News. Trump administration cuts funding for coronavirus researcher, jeopardizing possible COVID-19 cure. That's right, guys. The media not only colluded with one another to try to hide the true origins of the coronavirus leak, it actually tried to trick us. It tried a dastardly, disgusting attempt to convince us that Trump was wrong to cut the funding to the very lab that released the virus, that caused millions of deaths. These people actually wrote article after article castigating Trump, cutting funding to the very lab that caused millions of deaths. This is So despicable. This is so anti-human, anti-American. This is one of the most disgusting examples of the perfidy and viciousness, the lies, the hatred that the mainstream media has for the American public. You cannot hate the mainstream media enough. Trump administration pulls NIH grant for coronavirus research over ties to Wuhan lab at heart of conspiracy theories. Vanity Fair, how the right-wing disinformation loop helped kill virus research funding. Matt Gaetz floated a conspiracy theory about a public health initiative on Fox News. The White House defunded it. Then Trump lashed out at 60 Minutes for reporting the story. These disgusting demons advocated for more money to go to the Chinese lab that released the virus upon the world. I can't imagine anything more despicable. And people actually still listen and trust to these liars. The New York Times, prominent scientists denounce end to coronavirus grant. A group of 77 Nobel laureates wants the U.S. government to review a grant cancellation for research in China directly related to preventing pandemics because they were so good at preventing pandemics before, weren't they? And just like these media organizations are 100% discredited, we need to find out who them 77 Nobel laureates are, and we need to discredit them as well. These people have zero credibility. So we know who the offenders are. The New York Times, Vanity Fair, ABC News, CBS News, Daily Mail, CNN, The Guardian, Vox, The Hill, Forbes, Washington Post, whatever this is. I think it might be Natural Geographic. Yeah, how disgusting. Al Jazeera, Vice, of course, Vice. How do these people have any credibility? How can they ever be trusted to tell the truth again? I don't even know if you can reform these organizations because they show a consistent pattern of outright blatant lying. They continue to try to gaslight us to this day, trying to convince us that Americans don't support mass deportation, trying to tell us that Americans don't support the end to DEI policies. But the thing is, they do start to tell the truth a little bit, but then they form this false and deceptive contextualization that helps them spread misinformation. And I'll say it again, I'll say it 100 times. You cannot hate the mainstream media enough. You cannot hate these people enough. They are actively out to destroy us. They hate America. They hate everything we stand for. They hate Christianity. They hate the straight white male. They hate capitalism. They hate meritocracies. They hate everything that is good in this world.